I believe in love. I believe in trust. I believe in eternity. I believe in you and me.
Well, here we go. Let's see if this works.
How you
Welcome,
know?
welcome, welcome. It's such a lovely word.
How you know we got faces?
Glad to see y'all.
See who?
Whoever's out there.
Anybody
Yeah.
out there?
Well, we're back.
Yes.
And we're terribly sorry about what happened on Monday night. The gremlins got into my camera, and got into my software, and it just wasn't acting right. But I figured it out. It took a little time, but I figured it out. Got it. Got a little bit of stuff going on here, and we're back and ready to go.
So you see us? Yep. That's
Mhm.
us. That's not us.
No, you're on the wrong one. My wife's trying to find us out there on the YouTube. Well, anyway, tonight.
Well, how I know which one it is then?
I'll find it for you in a minute. Tonight. Hello, Victoria. How you doing?
Can you
Let's see.
see us? Can you see us?
I didn't really know what to title this, so I did put a thing out there, advertisement, and that advertisement said "henpecked husband."
Oh,
I did. That was it was a catcher, so I put that out there. But anyway, we're going to talk about that a little bit of that tonight. We got an interesting clip that my wife
we're not
found.
gonna talk. We ain't gonna put it on yet.
No, we're not. But she found an interesting little clip, and I thought, I got it over, and I even took some notes. See, I got notes. Yeah, I got
You're
notes.
better than me tonight. I went
So
upstairs and took a nap.
she took a nap while I was down here making sure that we was going to get on tonight because I didn't want to hear her say, "See, why didn't you get it fixed?"
But Thursdays are better, isn't it?
You. Yeah, and that's the big announcement also that we're making tonight. We're moving from Mondays to Thursdays. We're bringing y'all on to our date night. This is our
Our
date
date night
night.
might be Monday. We'll see
Date
how
night.
this
This is
works.
our date
See how
night.
this works.
And my idea was to take y'all on our dates, but she said she doesn't want to do that.
I don't mind that. It's just the
Yeah,
restaurants. They might not allow us to have a conversation, and you have to take your laptop.
I mean, just like you be sitting at the table. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the thing up, and
But it's going to be noise in the background.
well, I mean, it depends on where you sit at, So, but anyway, we're gonna figure it out. We may take you on some of them, not all of them. God bless you, Deacon Earl. All right. Good to have you once again because you was on the other night waiting for us to get things together. We appreciate that. Yes, Victoria, absolutely. I'm glad you can see us tonight. Yes.
Oh, good. Yes.
Well, that's a good thing. All right. So,
what is a henpecked husband?
I'm going to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to talk about it. I even got a definition of it because it's not what everybody thinks.
Maybe Deacon Earl can give us his
and because sometimes people.
Wait a minute.
People, like I said, we're going to talk about that tonight. That's part of it anyway.
But that's not the whole video, but that stood out in his mind.
Yeah, it stood out in my mind because a lot of people think just a man helping his wife, they automatically say he's henpecked. And,
or just...
God bless you, Sister Michelle. Glad to have you. I know you're there because y'all two are one, But, and or if they see a husband with his wife consistently, people or they have a perception which could be not right. So I think people have a misunderstanding about quote unquote the henpecked husband. They just name anything henpecked, If a man likes to hang out with his wife and be with his wife, they say he's henpecked. He's not henpecked. He just
But
loves his wife.
I think sometimes that's
And see, sometimes I think that
they think
also.
it's just because he don't have no friends. He ain't got no boys.
Well,
because most men feel
that
like
does
that.
go that does go that way. Sometimes they think that hey, well, he don't hang with the fellas or whatever, but they never see who you hang with because you don't know all of my friends. But anyway,
And mostly,
I have a group of friends. I have a group of friends, a set group of friends, about 4 of them
right?
that the regular people that I hang with in Bible way don't know, but I hang with them. We go out.
Yes,
So
you go out
sometimes,
to
and
breakfast
because
and
people
stuff
see
like
me
that.
with you all the time, they figure that I don't have nobody else. Which is a
Right.
misconception
But
and
then,
understanding.
they also fail to realize that most of our friends, they are married. So most of
True,
the time, their wives are with us.
true,
We do a lot of
true.
couple stuff.
That's true.
I mean, why not? Why
That's
not
true.
do,
So
so
so the whole idea about being a henpecked husband, the people just think, uh, But anyway, we're gonna talk. That's just piece of what we're gonna talk about tonight. Just a piece of it.
yeah, because
I just
he was
put
really
that out
good.
there because I wanted to grab somebody's attention. You know.
I mean, what did Deacon Earl think about?
My wife is asking you,
I
Deacon Earl,
never
since you're on
understood.
here, what is your idea about a henpecked husband
I
or
never,
being henpecked? What is that? What is
and
that?
I never looked at it like that.
What does that
Anyway, only
mean?
to somebody.
And then I'm going to give a definition about it, shortly. Henpecked. What does that mean?
Quack quack. That's a duck.
No, that's a duck.
What's hen peck?
Quack, quack,
Quack.
quack.
That's a duck.
That's a duck.
I want to do a hen peck.
Okay.
I don't know how
You want me to get a definition of henpecked?
No. I said I want to do the sound of hen. I thought minister. Woo! Deacon Earl was
Well, I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what does a chicken sound like? What does a hen sound like?
no,
No,
that's a duck.
you really all.
I'm really off.
Mm-hmm. Okay, come on. What? No definition, Deacon Earl? Oh, you thinking about it?
Wait a minute.
Will not be visible when streaming to Facebook unless Facebook
What does
stream is set to public. I think it's set to public.
what does a hen
There you
sound
go.
like?
You didn't ask the women. Okay. All
What
right.
does a hen sound like?
Uh, Lady Michelle said you didn't ask the women. Okay, you're there. Talk to me. Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't put that out there.
I didn't.
Why would it go? Oh, because he keeps his head in the ground
No,
or something?
pack. You're packing.
I know, but
Pack.
I know, but he ain't pecking at the person. He's pecking at stuff off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
All right.
Nobody has a definition. I don't blame because I don't have no definition. I'm trying to look at the hen, and he ain't doing nothing.
Well, it's just making a noise. All right. So, okay, we don't have the definitions out there. All right. Shall I give the definition of the hen pack? Okay, hen pack. Here we go.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. This is hen pack. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. What Lady Michelle? She put it out there. What did you say before I give mine? You said a henpecked man to me is a man that thinks you took his mama's place.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what you believe it is, but that's not that's not the dictionary.
Oh, the dictionary has a definition.
Oh yeah, absolutely, a big definition.
Ooh.
Big
I'm trying to
definition.
figure out what the definition of henpecked husband.
What do you think it is?
Someone that don't think for himself.
Henpecked, peck.
Someone that don't think for himself, and his wife is always trying to tell him what to do.
That's partially right.
Hmm.
That's
Wow.
partially right. Partially.
You definitely ain't.
All right. Okay. So
Hmm.
this is the dictionary definition, and then we're gonna look at. Well, you let me know when you want to look at the video, because I mean, this is I'm
Go
just a
ahead.
technical guy. You tell me when you want me to show it. All right. It henpeck. Henpeck is continually a woman who continually,
Continue.
and I put that underline and in quotes, a woman who continually criticizes
Oh,
her husband and is always giving him orders.
oh wow.
That's what it is. Continually criticizes him and gives him orders.
Well, that's a impact.
That's henpecked. That's
But
a henpecked husband
I thought that
constantly, and you got
no,
to
but I thought the man's action will make him henpecked.
no.
That's
No, henpecked is means that the hen is constantly pecking at him. It ain't got nothing to do with him.
mm,
Continually criticizing him,
that's
and
abuse.
continually giving him orders. Now,
That's abuse. That's
depending on well,
so
hey,
I'm
it is a
so
kind of
women are
it,
henpecked wives.
it is well if a husband is continually if a husband is continually criticizing her
Yeah,
and giving her orders, I guess continually, just constantly pick,
that's an
peck,
abuse.
peck,
That's an
pick,
abusive
peck.
because he's
It's an
always
abusive relationship.
tearing you down.
Correct. Verbal
Never
abuse.
building you up. Oh wow.
Verbal abuse.
So people that use it don't even know what the definition is.
And what it is nagging. Nagging.
Well, I think people look at it
Um
as nagging, yeah. But you said criticize. Nagging is totally different. The Bible says I'd rather be
well,
on a rooftop
that's what I was
with
getting
a
ready to get
nagging
that
wife.
scripture. You
So
know,
so is a nagging wife somebody that always criticize or always just asking you to do or just getting on your nerves?
well, I mean, it depends on what you want to do. Nagging, I guess it would be. Um, I guess a nagging wife would be somebody that's constantly pestering him about doing something.
Well, shoot, that's a what? That's what?
All right.
I remember we first.
Deacon Earl said he is henpecked. Let's see here. He is henpecked if he obeys her every order.
Tabitha's on
So
Facebook.
yeah, I know I can't. For some reason, I can't see those comments, and I don't know why.
Hey,
Because
Miss
it's public.
Tabitha, I got my phone out so I can see
Uh,
um
Deacon Earl
comments.
also said,
Hey, goddaughter.
says the man is the head, and she takes over and he lets her do it. Okay, all right, that's true
That's
too.
true. That's him, Pat.
Well, the man is the head, and that's again, that's the man doing something. The hen pecked is more
No,
leaning
the
toward,
woman always.
and basically, yeah, it gives him orders. Now,
I think they just take that
if
out of
he no,
context.
but that's what the definition of impact is. So if he's constantly taking orders and doing them, then that's a issue in itself.
So you're saying that what you said constantly, but
But it has to be in a combination,
you're also
continually
saying criticizing.
criticizing, and giving orders. So
I
okay,
wonder if I
so it's
look
just
impact.
huh?
I wonder if I look impact.
If you look impact, what do you mean look? I don't
I
understand
mean,
that.
because
If
it's really makes me feel like if I'm constantly no nothing
you
negative, that's the problem that's getting me. I don't say anything negative to you, but I might say, well, honey, are you gonna do this? And then 20 minutes later, honey, are you going? Is that?
No,
Are you
but
being
see, and it's
impacted?
the attitude in which you're doing it. Constantly critical. You're not this. You're not that.
Oh, what?
And
No.
get over there and do that.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a boss.
that well, it's impact. And then
That's a bossy woman.
well, I mean, you do have some of
Of
those
course.
like that.
We've seen it.
And again, what you
We've seen
have,
it.
and it's one thing to be a loving husband to help your wife do whatever needs to be done
Hmm.
versus her bossing him around, telling him what to do, disrespecting him
Oh, okay.
as the head of the house
Okay.
and the head of his family,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
And see, one of these days I'm gonna go into that scripture that says, and the wife shall be um uh what is it saying in the when the curse was given to the woman, her desire shall be unto her husband. A lot of people
Mm.
got that interpretation incorrect,
But our goddaughter said
so
that's a dictator.
that's right. Bingo, that's what it is.
Hmm.
That's what it is. And it comes from disrespect. I don't want to spend the whole time on this because the man had something else to say. But again, that's disrespecting his place and position that God has given him. And pretty much that is what was said when the curse was given.
Wow.
Because that if you go and look at the
Hey, Susie girl, how are you? Susan is watching. I
wonderful,
guess either that's her or
that's her.
Minister. Or
No, that's
did I?
Susan Cole. That's
Well, I was
Susan
going to
King.
say
All right. So
Minister
again,
King, Pastor King.
right. So again, that's what you have going on. That's what a henpecked is.
Wow, that's
Peck,
that's
peck, peck.
So a lot of people have the definition totally wrong then,
Yeah, because again, yeah, I think they get the difference between the confusion is between henpecked and nagging.
or just being around your wife or all the time, and
Well,
you
and
know
that's a
you tell your wife everything.
that is a misperception
Mm-hmm.
at that point. You
Mm-hmm.
follow me? Because again, some people just can't comprehend, being loving your wife and wanting to be around her.
Mm-hmm.
That's love. The two of you one flesh. And I think that a lot of people have a misinterpretation of a relationship, maybe because I'm gonna do what I want to do when I feel like doing it. I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you spend your life
Grace, I thought you were going to say
living,
spit.
if you spend your life, if you spend your life being separate, having two separate lives,
Mm-hmm.
then is that really a marriage?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so again, people have different perceptions of what marriage should be. You know, and if our marriages are supposed to exemplify God's relationship with the church according to the scriptures, then God is always looking for us to have a close relationship with Him, an
Right.
intimate relationship with Him through prayer, through getting to know Him.
Mm-hmm.
And if our marriages are to reflect that relationship that God has with His church, then I think that the whole idea of the way some people perceive of marriage relationship is not two separate people, you know, living separate lives. The Bible, what it says,
We're supposed to become one.
the two shall become one flesh. So again, that's a relationship that's going on there.
So I'm looking at
So
Facebook as well. So if y'all, in case y'all wondering, I have Facebook on my phone, and he's looking at the comments on the YouTube channel. So
so
maybe
here
maybe
we
you
got
should do the commercial because we got maybe people know we on Facebook. I
uh
mean not Facebook, YouTube. So do
um
you have Facebook on there now?
let me see. The man is the head of, okay, Deacon Earl
Oh,
said,
you
and the
said Deacon Earl.
church is not telling God what to do.
What
Amen.
did
That's
what Deacon
right.
Earl
That's
say?
true.
What did he say?
He said, and the church is not telling God what to do. And he's just adding to what I just said
Right.
about the relationship. And the church is not telling God what to do. We're supposed to be submissive to God.
somebody said so. I was watching a clip and someone said that um, God, of course, God is the head, the man is next, and the woman is next, and then
God is the head,
then the
man.
children. Yeah,
Then yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
with
and
the
then
umbrella
yeah,
effect. Yeah.
right, right, right. So I thought it was kind of I don't like what they said in this sense. They said that, and we'll probably show that clip, but I wasn't an advocate of what he was saying. He was saying if you love, if you talking about you going around talking about that's my husband, that's your master. And I had a problem with that word. I think we talked about it. I'm not
Hmm.
sure, but I have a problem with that word. So I think when people look at a couple and they see the wife that is like vocal, but not nasty or mean or disrespectful or just, that has an opinion and that's into the conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And uh they looking at her as though you should not be talking. Why are you talking? You know. So I don't know. I think we got it. I ain't gonna say twisted. I don't know what to say, but I really feel like
So basically, what
that
you're saying, what you
women should be just totally
seen and not heard.
yes, and should not even have a brain. It seems
Right.
like
And that's and some people can't deal with having a conversation or conversing with one another. And I think they can't deal with a wife expressing again her opinion.
yeah.
Um, they can't deal with that because they perceive it to be um, I don't know. I guess aggressive, bold, and again,
But we should look at ourselves too. Women need
conversation.
to look at their looks need to look at
Yeah, I
themselves
mean, and again, it's the
of how they coming
attitude. It's
across,
the
how they
attitude,
coming across.
right? It's the attitude with which they present themselves. If it's an authoritative takeover, you're gonna do what I say do, and I'm really trying not to get into my teaching about Genesis where the curse was given because
No, we don't get into that yet. We're not gonna
yeah,
get into that yet because
because that
the
whole
teacher's
thing
coming
and
out of him.
that verse in it where it says and her desire should be under her husband. People have
And
misinterpreted
they
that.
always thought that was sex.
Well, that too.
I know, but it's
But
just like the only. I
right.
thought it was just only that.
But if you really dig into the original language, you find something else
Yeah.
different
I mean,
about it.
it's
But
just
anyway, I'm not trying to get into
what?
that tonight, but I will eventually. you know. But again, I think that the whole idea and see that the same way that Adam was chastised for hearkening unto the voice of his wife against the will of God, that's where he got in trouble at. Why hast thou hearkened to the voice of your wife and not listened to what I told or obey what I told you in the first place?
So could would they look at him as being henpecked?
She was I don't know if you would
Because he listened?
well he did it, against what he knew to be right.
In this day and time, I wonder if they would define
They
that as
probably would have
being a henpecked.
because she was I don't know if she was criticizing but she was nagging him, you know, to some degree, and he just went on here and did it. So,
Dang.
and
That's
again,
deep.
that again, hearken to her voice instead to her voice instead of the voice of God. Yeah, that is deep.
Yeah, because she made him doubt. She made him doubt. That's deep
No,
too.
he didn't
No,
doubt.
no, no, no.
He just
She made
disobeyed.
well. So if
He
he
didn't
gave an
doubt.
if he gave an order, if God gave him an order, and she kept saying, well, if you want to say nagging, or kept asking him to take this bite this, eat this fruit, it's not
Hmm.
going to make. She did the same thing the snake did,
We,
convinced him to go ahead and
the
eat
snake
it,
convinced her, and
and then
she
she
convinced
convinced
him.
him, right?
Hmm.
So he just went on ahead and did what she said. That wouldn't be
And evidently, he must have been, uh, you know, well, the Bible says she was deceiving. He willfully disobeyed God because he knew better. You know.
I wonder what kind of voice. It just amazes me. I wonder what kind of voice she had, or did she use her like we do now? Did she use what she had? They ain't had no clothes on, so did she use what she had to make him? How long did it take him? How long did it take her to keep asking him? I'm just wondering. It makes me think like this right here, this whole conversation that they had. People make it seem like, oh, here, just take it. I don't think it was that easy.
Nah, probably
You
not.
think? I just wonder. That would have been too easy. Here, take this.
I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit more to find out
Yeah,
about
we
it.
have to
Yeah.
dig into that because I don't think it was that easy for him to just go ahead and just say, okay. Because I can't even imagine him not really thinking about what God told him,
Hmm.
you know. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Interesting. But anyway,
Yep.
so you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
show
I
the
was
clip?
gonna. I was gonna
Go ahead.
see.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna see if I could get go to your page and see if, because I think what it is on your page. Reason we can't see it because it's not public. That's what it is. I think on your page it's not public. On my page it is.
Okay. So you want to show the clip and then look to see if it's
Yep.
public on here?
Okay. So look, we're gonna show you this clip here.
No, and just in case people thinking I'm trying to tell him what to
Oh,
do.
As he said, I was married for 66 years. And some people took my chicken on the side. I didn't have no chicken on the side, no girlfriend either. I had a 3-in-1.
all right. I
Okay.
didn't mean to do that.
So I was getting ready to say, just in case y'all think that I was trying to tell him what to do,
What are you talking about?
because we having this subject, having this conversation, and I saying, why don't you just go ahead and we can go
No,
ahead and do the clip.
no, I
But I'm
don't.
saying a lot of people watching don't know that you told me to let you know when you wanted me to
Or at the beginning, of
yeah.
course.
But
I
people
mean,
people watching now, we
it,
talk about henpeck, and I just told you what to
you see
do,
at the bottom
and
of the
you
screen
and you
here,
went on ahead and did it.
just so that you know, at the bottom of the screen says Lady Angela is the creator and producer. I'm just a tech guy. I just make sure that it shows up every week. So if somebody want,
I want everybody to think
anyway,
I was trying to tell you what to do.
please,
I was
please.
like, I mean, people funny.
Yeah, but they are, but I ain't worried about them really. I'm really not,
I'm not either. But
I'm
anyway,
really not.
so you got to start from the beginning. So
So,
y'all, let's watch this clip. It
so
is
you ready to show it
amazing.
now?
Yes, I am ready. And you're gonna check
Okay,
see if this
everybody,
play.
just take a look at this clip, and it's about 5 minutes. So take a look at it and jot some notes down. Take some mental notes and tell me
Yeah.
what you think about it on the other side.
As he said, I was married for 66 years. And some people took my chicken on the side. I didn't have no chicken on the side, no girlfriend either. I had a 3-in-1. I had a girlfriend, I had a lover, and I had a wife. And I thought that I had to be in church every time the doors was open, but the Lord spoke to me and he said, the church is my bride. Your wife is yours. And I start taking money off and made her queen for a day. She didn't have to do anything. She didn't have to cook breakfast, dinner, or lunch, or nothing. Sometimes she didn't have to make up the bed because I did that for her. Then the men used to call me, boy, you just henpeck. I said, that ain't no problem as long as you being pecked by the right hen. And then I told him, if you got a good pecker, let her peck you. I'm trying to help your brothers out here. And then they told me, man, I wear the paints in my house. I wear the paints. I said, I do too. All of them she put out for me Saturday night to put on Sunday morning. And I'm gonna get to my message, but I'm on the lady side, because see, men want to be macho. They feel like if they shed a tear, that's they weak. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. See, and brothers, I know this meeting, but if y'all help me, see, you got to be happy in the home too. I don't want nobody hypocrite in the house and trying to preach to me in the church. So now if you have a good wife, treat her like she your wife, that she your honey, that she your baby, that she your sugar, and that she your sweetheart. If you got a good wife, she can be anything to you you want her to be. And women like compliments. Come on, sister, y'all got to get with me now. When your wife get ready to come to church, you at a certain time you want to leave the house, she'll put on her clothes and she'll come to you and say, how this look? You just, she fit to go change again. She put on another dress, you holler, she fit to go change again. When she put it on and come in time, stand around and you see, how this look? You better say, baby, you look good in that. And then you fit to get out the house. If you got a good wife, she dressed to please you, not anybody else. Is not concerned, a good wife is not concerned about any kind of man trying to hit on her. She want to hear it from you. We did a lot of seminars too. I'm gonna tell you one more thing. You don't forget about your wife. Never think about her. If you got a girlfriend, you always trying to show out for your girlfriend. You know, rattle your little pennies in your pocket and whatnot. Show out for your wife. I'm all right, bro. Show out for your wife. Now, the way you show out for your wife, you go to the drugstore, buy one of them mushy cards. And then when you buy that card, you put your mush on it. Sweetheart, sugar baby, all like that, And then you put a piece of money that you got to know your wife, because there's 3 places she's going to go to before she get into bed. She going to the mirror in the bathroom, and she going to make sure she got that little cream or whatever on her face to make it look good. And she going to go to the mirror when she come in the house to make sure her hair good and put on a little sleeping cap. And she going to go there and have a card right there. And then you have another, this is the big card right here. You take one and you put a big piece of money under that one, and you put it under the pillow. And now here's the last one. When she turned that pillow back and opened that card with all that good talking, mushy stuff, and that big bill in there, you ain't got one more thing to do. Look up to heaven and say, Lord, give me strength.
Well,
Lord, give me strength.
give me some strength, Lord. Mm-hmm.
Now that's old love.
That
That's
was
old love. That's
was
old love.
Sister Michelle said he preached.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
he did.
You hear me say, preach, preach.
All right, so let's kind of encapsulate that or re, re rehash what he just said. Number one, he said he had no chicks on the side. He said he had three and
Three
one,
and one.
three
Three
in one.
and one. I'm gonna
Now
have to start using this.
this is a OG wisdom.
Yes. Can I say 3 and 1 for my husband?
Three and one. He said he had a girlfriend, a lover, and a wife.
I think I'm gonna have to use that when I
So
stand up.
again,
I have
he
3 and 1.
all of those in one person. This is this is a dedicated husband. Then he went
I
on and
love it.
said, "This is the one of the ones I like here." He said that he was always at the church, and the Lord spoke to him and said, "The church is my bride. Your wife is yours." So in other words, you ain't got to be spending all your time with my bride. This is what Jesus said.
Yes,
You ain't got to be
yes,
spending
yes,
all the time
yes,
with my
yes,
bride. The
yes,
church is
yes,
my bride. You
yes.
go home to yours. And then he did. Then what he
And
did is he
and
took.
his bride never gets old.
How about that?
He
And
loves being around his bride.
yeah, look, Deacon Earl said, I hear you." See, Sister Valerie's on. She said, "Hello."
Hey.
No, I think she stopped.
I know, right? What just what you
Yeah.
said, yeah.
And then Deacon Earl said, "Yes, sir." So then
He was talking some good stuff, wasn't he,
that's
Deacon
right.
Earl?
That's right.
I was like, this is
And then he said, then he came back and said he took Mondays off, and treated her like a queen for a day. Now that goes way back,
going
y'all.
way back.
Some of the young folk don't know nothing about a queen for a day. But
But then
again,
says some women that back then the majority of the women did not work.
true.
They were they were home
Household
home.
technicians.
Yeah, I called myself a household technician. I wasn't a housewife. I worked while I was home.
Hmm.
But
So
yeah.
again,
So how's that work if we got a woman that's working? Got to
well,
treat her good when she get home.
true.
That's interesting,
Uh,
brothers. We might I might have to get my husband to incorporate that. I don't know
now
about Mondays though.
what
That's
did
his day of rest.
Sister? Yep, that's right. The preacher's day off. Sister Awkward, Lady Awkward said, "Thanks, sis, for sharing this. I saw it a week ago and shared it with my husband." LOL, laughing out loud about it. We about it. That's right. But it was the honest God truth.
Yes.
I love you and my brother. Well, thank God for you. Appreciate you so very much for stopping by. Um, so, but so we go on and you get all of this wonderful stuff in here. I mean, there was so much wisdom packed in there.
Mhm.
And again, this is an older man. Let's go back. The man had been married for 66 years, just as
Woo!
long as I've been living.
Woo!
66 years. So he had
66.
66 years of wisdom that he was
Wow.
sharing. And again, a lot of people don't understand, or some. Now I'm not going to say a lot of, because it's not. I believe a lot of marriages are functioning as they should, but there are some that have issues with what this man just said. But he covered that too. He talked about, so he took the Monday off and treated her for queen for a day. That was his date day.
Mhm.
All right. Basically, he said she did nothing. See, we got to honor and cherish our wives, give honor to her as the weaker vessel, and love her as Christ loved the church. Cherish her as you do your own body. And this is what this man was doing. He was exemplifying Christ's love for the church by exemplifying that same love to his wife, providing for her, taking care of her, making sure that she was comfortable, had what she needed, you know. And again,
Did you know love gives you strength?
it does. It true.
Even if you have a spouse that's not doing well physically or
Right.
whatever, um, love love man can strengthen
True.
someone that is ill feeling, meaning they're sick. And you'd be surprised how loving your wife and loving your spouse, I mean loving your husband as well, how that strengthens not just the relationship, but you as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Even the doctors say, uh, uh, you know, show them love, show them,
Right.
don't treat them bad or whatever, So that love is powerful. Hey, look, love saved us, didn't
Amen. That's
it?
true.
Love gave his life,
What
didn't it?
what's love got to do with it?
Everything, everything. I'm
Everything.
sorry, did I cut you off? But I just thought about that when
No,
you were saying, I
you're
mean,
good.
love is powerful. Love, and when your
Love is
um
stronger than death.
mm, mm, your
Mm-hmm.
affection towards me strengthens me, especially when I go to work. I don't have to worry about nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about no
Mm-hmm.
other man's compliment. I ain't worried about none of that. It don't even phase me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm happy. I go to work. I'm happy. You know.
So when somebody ask her, "Are you married?" Yes. Are you happily married? Yes.
Well,
So
nobody's ever said that. Asked me, was I happily married?
well, you
Because after I got finished, after they said to me, asked me, are you married? I say yes. I done gave them a whole paragraph.
well see the thing is, and see I always used to say, no woman ever approached me because I got a marriage glow on me, so they don't bother that. Oh,
That's
he
not.
married. He
That's not.
really married.
That's see. My husband can be kind of he be kind of like la la land with that. I can.
I've never been approached that way.
Some women might not approach you, but it's what they say out their mouth.
I never.
Some
Right.
things that somebody might say out their mouth to you.
But I never had that problem.
Anyway, thank God.
Anyway, if I did, I sure didn't notice it
Because you're not
because
looking
it's
for it.
go over my head.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So now he talked about henpeck. Now we gave the definition of henpeck, and I'll give it again. A wife that continually criticizes her husband and gives him orders. All right. And Deacon Earl said, well, if he obeys it, then he's really henpecked. So
Well,
again, now the old man said,
some things, you don't mind saying, okay, I like that. I'm gonna do that.
right. Yeah, I mean, that's again,
So is it
she's a
everything a
help.
wife said?
She's a help meet for the husband. And if you look, just take the first two letters off of that last word. She's a help me. She helps me. And so again,
Not them.
no, me. You help me. All right. So
Some
again,
have them.
yeah, well, they got issues. All right.
The
So again, he said henpecked. Now this is the old man said. He don't mind being henpecked if you're being pecked by the right hand. you know, I mean that was a nice way to put it. As long as you're being pecked by the right hand. And he says, as long as you got a good pecker, let her go ahead and peck you.
I read too much into that. We not going. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna.
right.
I'm not gonna
So I'm
entertain that because my mind went woo, boom, 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 boom. Ah,
so again,
my
I
children
mean,
were watching. They were like, oh, mom, mom, mom.
so again is again he was making light of somebody saying he was henpecked.
Hmm.
So let me see what you say, Deacon
So
Earl.
somebody must be right. Somebody must have called him in. But
Yeah, he said that earlier.
oh,
It
he did.
says the operative word there is continually. That's right,
Yes.
and that's why. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, you said that If you look at my notes, I got it in quotes
Yeah.
and underlined. So again,
Continually.
that is the um, um, okay, but right, and he's not running anything. So there's
Hmm.
naturally you're gonna have a mate that will give her suggestions or ideas, but you as the head and as the leader should, and the priest of your household, you have to make the decision. I just got in this conversation with somebody else today about leadership and how that works as far as having people work. But again, what should happen is you take those suggestions and you evaluate them. If it's a good suggestion, use it. Don't just say, "No, I'm not going to use it because she said." No, if it's a good suggestion, there's safety in the multitude of counselors. And if your wife is one of those counselors and she gives you a good idea, then take it and use it. It's your decision to use it or not to use it. And I think a lot of times people have issues.
We are on a show. Hey, family. This is what we do, y'all. I'm sorry. My kids are on. They did a family thing, so I'm like, oh, is it important? I don't know what it is.
Oh, look, she's on. We focus,
No focus.
focus.
Bye, y'all. Love you. I'll call you back.
All right. So again, look, she done got all on the phone.
No, I cut off.
All right.
I turned it off. My kids were called and they did a
Okay.
family thing, and I was
Okay.
like, oh, something wrong. Are they okay?
All right. Yeah, they're fine. As they always are when they do the family group called the meet. All
Ah,
right.
I'm sorry, y'all.
FaceTime, whatever you want to call
But you
it.
know what I was thinking?
What was you thinking?
That a good woman, a good wife, if she felt like she was constantly nagging you or saying, always, doing something like that, a good woman, a good wife would say, "Hold on, let me shut up because I think I'm nagging."
Right.
I
And then
think
and then, then
it
and,
would hit
and
her, right?
yeah,
It
and
would
then
hit
it
her.
comes down to
I know it would hit me
the
because I'd be like,
commute.
"Ooh, let me be quiet."
Right. So I mean, yeah, and I've seen you do that. So again, to some and see the thing, it boils down to this. How is your communication, the quality, let me put it
Hmm.
that way, the quality of your communication between you and your spouse? What is the quality of that relationship and that communication that you have with each other? Is it where you can say and communicate, or are you at each other? You know
Hmm.
that basically is a gauge. And so believe it or not, and this goes back, and I don't want to get into the teaching. I'm going to teach this, but it goes right back into what it says in Genesis: her desire should be unto her husband. Again, that competition there, and there's always been a competition, and you got to be careful with that, making sure that
It's
there's not a
itching him.
competition.
It's itching him.
I'm not gonna get in it. I'm not gonna
Every
get into
moment
it.
he get when somebody bring up certain conversation, he gonna talk. It's itching him. It's itching him. He want to get it out of his
And
craw.
she's gently nudging me to tell me not to get involved in it. I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna bust you out.
I don't know
I'm gonna
why.
bust you out.
I don't know. I try to do
You
things
know,
discreet,
yeah, you know.
and I try to be,
Um,
but he gonna bust me out.
all right. Now it says here, the next statement he made here. People said that the guy came up to him and said, "I wear the pants in my family," you know, and he said, "Yep, yep, I do too. I wear all the pants that she sets out for me Saturday night. I put them on Sunday morning." So again, he makes light of all the criticisms that
Yeah.
people were throwing at him for loving his wife.
Mm.
Evidently he didn't receive it, and it wasn't henpecked because evidently his wife wasn't criticizing him and demanding and commanding. He loved his wife so much that he took Mondays off to treat her like a queen for a day.
And he been at it for
66
66
years.
years.
And see, a lot of people,
Wow.
a lot of people don't understand that kind of relationship. And then here's another thing. I think that sometimes some people project that they're doing something, and he talks about that too. That's why he said, it's better not to be a hypocrite, when you come out and knowing it's something different when you get in the house. You project yourself as macho man on the outside in front of everybody, but when you get home, it's something completely different. So
Mm.
again, you're just putting on a front. You're trying to fake them out. All right, what does Sister Valerie say here? Let's see if I can bring this up so I can see it. Uh, Here's a joke. Hey, ladies, if you ask your husband to do something, you don't have to ask him every 6 months. He'll get it. He'll get to it. Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
You know, you don't have to ask him every 6 months. He'll get to it. Right, I got you.
Forget every 6 months. How about every 6 hours?
Yeah, well, some people do.
I mean, come on. I
And
mean,
I
but
mean,
is
but you
that?
know, he'll get to it. I've been working on a project for the last 3 months and I haven't finished it yet. I'm going.
And I haven't said much of
She
anything.
hasn't said a word. God bless your heart.
I haven't,
She
and
has not. She
I
has
would be
not.
like, I'll be like,
She would. She has not bugged me about finishing this. I thank God. I will get to it. I will get to it. I will finish it. Yes,
I know
indeed.
he'll finish it.
It'll get done, and you're gonna be surprised when it's finished. But anyway.
Come on, y'all, pray before Christmas.
No,
No, it has to be before Christmas
it's
now.
gonna be before Christmas because we got folk coming over, so I'm gonna finish it. I am gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it.
But I just really feel like when you said on another show that you've always said for the husbands to know their wives, you would know if she is.
Husbands, live with your wives according to knowledge.
You would know that if your wife is being nasty or
True.
or no,
And then
but okay, that's her. She's not being, because look,
that goes into a deeper thing too. When there's an issue like that goes unaddressed for one reason or another. See, that goes into a deeper situation when you say you know your wife and you can't communicate. It goes into where you need to really maybe seek counseling. You can't talk. Anyway, yeah, that's an aside.
so um, just for the record, I don't know.
Here, real quick. Hey, for the rest of y'all that just jumped on, thank you for coming on. Okay, go ahead. I just
Okay.
saw additional people come on. And I know they may be 3-second viewers, so I just want to catch them before they
I,
laugh.
s- I see Cookie Neal. I don't know if she's still on here, but I see Cookie Neal on here, and she's not married yet, and she's hopefully she'll get that Boaz soon. But I don't want to scare her off. I don't want
Don't.
to scare her
Oh,
off, but
why is she going to be scared off? No.
because her and I, and we're vocal. We're vocal, so I don't want Cookie Neal to think that she has to give up her voice
Right.
when she find her man.
No,
I think as we
it's all in
talking,
how you do it. That's
yeah.
that's that's the thing is if you coming off it aggressive and disrespectful, toward and not honoring the man in the way that if you want a man
That's why we have to do
if you want a man to love you, then you need to respect him and his position, his God-given
right.
position. If you don't, then you're gonna have issues. If you don't respect that man for what the
And
place
then,
that
but
God has put
we
him.
use that word
But see,
respect.
and see the
So
thing,
what does respect look like?
it,
Is it
it
always
means respecting for his position. That's just like any other thing. If you go on your job, you're not going to be disrespectful and boastful to your supervisor or your manager
well? Let
or
me.
your but
Well,
you can communicate with
Well,
them.
aren't there some people? Aren't there some coworkers that
And
you hear, and they'll tell the boss like, "I'm not doing that, man.
yeah,
What are you
yeah,
talking about?" But
they keep doing it,
that's
they're
how.
gonna get fired
No, but no,
or get
that
reprimanded.
no, not
Well,
necessarily
then you get
because
then you don't have it. Then you don't. If you're disrespectful to a supervisor or manager, they're only gonna put up with that for so
but
long.
let's no, but
They're
hear
only gonna put up with it for
hear
so
what I'm
long.
saying though. Hear what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That boss knows that employee better than you do. That boss had no goodwill than what he said out his mouth. Yeah, whatever. But he know he's going to do it. But we're on the outside looking in, and we're like, oh my God, that's so disrespectful. So I hear what people are saying. When they hear husband and wives talking, and they be like, I don't know if I would talk to my husband like that. I don't know if I'd talk to my wife like that. But yet they've been married for a long time, and yet they laughing and giggling. They like, well, so what does you have to define what disrespect
It's
is for
again,
you as a couple?
it's the attitude where basically you're almost argumentative, combative, rebellious. Those are what I'm talking about when I'm talking about being disrespectful to the play man's. You don't respect his place and his position that God has put him in. That's as far as a woman to a wife to a husband. I think that right there is where the issues come in at. Is when you're combative, you're argumentative, and that's what I'm talking about. It's the
Hmm.
attitude in which you are approaching him. Now, if she says something and you know it's the attitude in which you say it. Now, if you're all saying you said something, you know, that may be in a way of expressing your opinion, y'all laughing about it because y'all understand each other. That's one thing. But going back to
But yeah, but that
going
man,
back to
that
the
other
analogy.
man would say, "Ain't no way I'll let her talk to
No,
me like that."
well, once again, that's because y'all understand it's the attitude in which is projected. Now, if it's projected in a bad attitude, then and somebody pick up on it, you know, or is said in a way that others may not understand, then that's when the husband needs to go back and say, "Well, sweetheart, he may not say it publicly, but sweetheart, when you get in private, I really did that came off kind of wrong, and that's where y'all can communicate and talk so that don't happen again. If it projects wrong, but if it comes off and y'all laughing about it and y'all understand each other, then see what you're saying is somebody else is looking at, man, I wouldn't let my wife talk to me like, because they don't understand that relationship. Y'all understand it. Maybe it didn't come off in an aggressive, disrespectful way, but it was just what was said jokingly. You follow me? Between the two of you.
Mm.
And so you follow what I'm saying? Although y'all laughing about it, but then somebody else looking at it and saying, man, I wouldn't let her say they get away with that. Again, that's because they feel threatened. That individual feels threatened
Mhm.
by what's being said. That man feels threatened by not the husband, but that man's, feel that's a threatening thing. But again, it was not said. Now, if they had said it in an attacking way, or as I say, in a henpecking way, an aggressive, way, then that's being disrespectful. That's what I'm saying. So if it's said in a way that y'all understand, y'all joking about it, but somebody else said, man, I wouldn't have let her. She said that, but it's the attitude in which it's said. That's what I'm saying. You follow what I'm saying?
I
It's
agree. I
the
totally
attitude.
agree.
It's the
I totally
attitude.
agree. Um, I have another. I want to throw something else out there.
Now,
Ooh,
when Sister Michelle
what's
said,
she say?
let me pull this up because I can't see it. Sis, I'm so glad I have a real man that loves me and I love him and we understand each other. Amen.
Right.
And
Yes.
again, that is what should be. You follow me? So and then a lot of stuff that people may see on the outside and not understanding the relationship that y'all have, then they may perceive it to be wrong.
I've seen.
You know,
I've seen.
because it's not because it's
But
not. Go ahead.
but
I'm
I've
sorry.
seen couples get into arguments with other couples because of what the wife said out the mouth, and the husband, uh, didn't bother him. Didn't. And I've seen couples argue about, like, why you letting her? Why you say that to him like that? And the husband is like, what didn't bother me what she said. And the husband saying something, and then you got the couple that should have mind their business. Now
Hmm.
they got couples arguing about what the wife said to the husband, and they have a whole big argument. Shouldn't people just mind their business unless y'all so close that y'all can have that conversation out somewhere else, but not in public? Should we mind our own business, or should we be like trying to tell the wife, or maybe you shouldn't have said it like that. Maybe you should have,
Hmm.
you know, um, shouldn't we just mind our business, or should we, ladies, or should we just tell that woman, I don't think you should have said it I don't think you should have said that to your wife. Your husband like that. Is that our place?
It depends on the relationship that you have with that woman. I would say.
Is that
I
our
mean, if you got a
place?
friend that
Somebody
is,
said, woman, how you gonna ask for a
yeah,
woman?
I'm just saying. I mean, you may have a friend that may be,
But how you gonna answer a woman? I
but
want
that's okay. Well, I'm sorry.
I
Okay,
ain't gonna
I'm
answer
not
for
a
the man.
woman. I won't answer that question.
Yes, because I'm not gonna answer for the man.
Sister Valerie said, yes, mind their business.
Mind their business.
That pays you. That pays you like a good neighbor. Stay over there. Yes, ma'am. Mind your business.
Yeah, but we have a habit of trying to correct, you know, somebody that we feel women feel like their husbands or they disrespecting their husbands.
Go mind the yes, mind the business that pays you like a good neighbor.
I just wonder because we have this
mind
habit.
mind our business.
We have this habit of intervening,
Spend 6 months
and
sweeping
so
around your front door in
have
6
this
months. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, that song is killing me.
so see how he do me. So maybe I'll do him the same way.
sweep,
I ain't gonna be quiet. I'm gonna keep talking.
sweep around
I'm gonna
your
keep
front
talking.
door.
I'm gonna keep talking while he try to make his point.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
look like the nag. I'm gonna look like the nag. I'm gonna look like the one
The
that
song just came to my mind.
needs to be quiet.
6 months to sweep around your own front door. 6 months to leave mine alone.
And he knows, and he knows me because if he start talking, I'm gonna forget what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead,
didn't mean.
Wilson.
No, go ahead.
Yes, he did. He
I'm
keeps
finished.
saying I
I'm
don't mean it,
finished.
but that's his makeup.
Did
It's
you
okay.
forget? Did you forget what you said?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
I need some flowers tomorrow and a card, and I need some mushy. I need some mushy words.
That's the next thing.
And I need some hush money.
And with some money in it, right? That's what you said. Hush money. You said hush money.
Hush money mean I ain't gonna argue
He
with
said
you.
it's not hush money. It's
I'm
mush.
calling
Mush money.
I'm calling hush money, so I'll keep my mouth shut. So I won't argue.
He talked about macho man.
Yes.
Macho man. You know. He says a good wife, if you have a good wife, treat her right.
Treat her right, y'all. Treat her right.
She can be anything you want her to be. And again, that's the other thing too. You know, the Bible says you need to wash and clean it so you can present it to yourself.
Every time he say that, I'm like, wash me and clean me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
What? Oh my God, ladies, we can't even wash our own selves.
Compliment your wife. That's what he said.
Wash me with your love. Wash me with your words.
There you go.
I like the part. I like the part when he said, basically, you want her to get her out the house. Tell her she look good. She gonna keep going back upstairs to
change clothes. That's right. Well, you know, I compliment my wife when she dresses, nice. You know, hey, here we go. Here we go. I see you, Lady Valerie. She says I've been falsely accused of trying to run things in our relationship.
Yes.
Not by my husband, but by people outside looking in.
Yes.
And that's not even my personality.
Yes.
You know.
Amen.
Again,
me too.
That goes to,
and that's not even me.
The wife being vocal, being because you have a communication level that's taking place in your relationship that people don't understand because some folk believe a wife should be seen and not heard. And again, it's all in the attitude that is presented. Now, if it looks as though, and again, this is not talking about you, Valerie, I'm just saying in general. If it looks as though a wife is trying to dictate the relationship, because I even had one young lady years ago, tell me straight up, it ain't nothing a man can't do that a man can do that I can't do. And it was the attitude of competition that was presented, and almost attack mode. It was just, and I think that and But anyway, I'll
Well,
leave it alone. I'll leave it right there because I don't want to say something.
right.
I'm
Sister
going to say
Valerie,
something.
I can totally agree. And we as wives, we have to be very careful of what we hear outside of our husbands. We have to be very careful because people can make you change your who you are, and your husbands love you the way you are. When we first started the show, because of who I am, I'm vocal. I have an opinion, and I try to when I when I come across the screen, I want it to seem as though that I'm respecting my husband. I know that I respect my husband. He knows I respect him. But I had somebody say, well, you just be cutting him off. I'm not cutting him off or anything like that.
It's an
You know,
interactive
yeah, but this is
conversation.
how we see. I want people to see this is how we have conversations. We don't go at each other's throat. Calling each other out their names. We don't do none of that. But he knows that I have an opinion and I'm kind of vocal. But I've learned. Trust now. Listen, ladies, listen. I've learned that in public I have to watch myself. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have to. I should be just free as a bird to be able to do,
Well,
to be me. But this show is showing you who I am. But if I'm out in public somewhere, sometimes if y'all know me, y'all might say, "Oh, she's quiet," because I'm watching. I'm looking to see who's around, and I have to make sure that when I present myself in public with my husband, that
and then
that because I don't want my good
to be
to
evil
be evil
spoken.
spoken of.
And then
You know.
there's this again because of my office as a bishop. Sometimes people um, may perceive uh, it wrongly if she's vocal and gives her states her feelings about something. They may look at he's a bishop and she just talking like that, you know. And so it's just a perception that people have about a relationship. Um, and sometimes you have to you also again that word again, don't let your good be evil spoken of. So you sometimes got to be for their sake.
Hmm.
Paul said, "If my eating meat offends you, therefore I won't eat meat in front of you." So again, sometimes you have for the sake to prevent being a stumbling block
Hmm.
to someone else. Sometimes you have to watch what you do in order for their sake.
Hmm.
And so that's let me see here. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely. So again, and let me put that up there on the screen. Always put a scripture up. All right. So again, and I think that people, have to, and I don't want to be perceived as being a dictator
Well, you're not.
to my wife in public or commanding and demanding. Oh, I'm gonna show that I'm the man here. You know, I don't that
But then I
and
know
see,
that you are the man, so I'm going to
so
step back, and I'm not, because but you like, okay, so she's
right,
observing her around, so she's not going. My wife, he'll say, oh, she's not going to say nothing. She's
you
not
know,
going to say nothing because he know right now I'm not going to say nothing. I'm good because it's not him. It's those others that are, looking on, and I'm like,
and believe it or not,
good.
some people put on a front in public when they know that in the home it's different.
Mm,
They put a front on, and knowing that, and see, if you got to put that kind of facade on, in front, and you got that kind of relationship, and then there's no relationship in the home. We got a relationship in the home. Our kids can tell you that.
hmm.
We enjoy being around each
Hmm.
other.
Hmm.
So again, and again, that don't mean that everything's a flowery bed of ease and roses and daffodils. You know, um,
I ain't heard daffodils in a long time.
right. So I mean, I just thought I'd throw that in there. So, but again, there are, we know how to work through whatever we're dealing with.
Hmm.
You know, and people say we ain't never argued. Well, we've had exchanges of of our opinions. You know, but we know how to work through it and
Oh, now we
come to an agreement
yeah. And
being able to work through it.
that's why this show is very important. I had
Now
started.
that was real transparent to me. But go
Yeah,
ahead,
I had
because she's transparent. I'm
I
not.
know, right? I had when I started the show and somebody said something to me about it, I started become I stopped being myself. I start listening and I'm like, okay, let me be quiet. And I don't want to say nothing. I'll let them go ahead and talk. And I kept letting them talk and I kept and I'm like, I don't find a gap. I don't find a
Right.
gap. Where can I say something? Because I don't want to look like I'm cutting them off. I don't want. It was so much going on in my head
Wow.
till I really couldn't. I couldn't even be myself on the show anymore because I was hearing the people in the back. Well, not the people. This person in the background, you know, and in my mind, like, watch what you do, watch what you do, watch what you do,
Mm,
So, ladies, be very careful because then you become something that you're not, and you become the person you don't be. You're not the person that your husband loved. You become some other woman because now
mm,
this woman is trying to make me her, and
mm.
I'm not you.
Right.
I didn't marry you, so well, anyway.
What?
Did I say I ain't married? Uh,
What? What you just say?
No, when I said, and I didn't marry you, there was another woman, and I said,
Oh.
um,
Y'all just totally missed that. Go
yeah.
ahead, but anyway.
So be careful. So I am who I am, and we wanted to show married couples, new married couples, and that's why we have different couples on, and to see this is who we are. This is the bishop. This is my husband. I got a 3-in-1. I'm gonna start using that. I got
Oh,
a three in
you
one.
got three. So let me
This is
see.
my
Three.
boyfriend. This is my lover,
Uh
and
huh.
this is my husband. So I got
Watch
three
yourself.
in one. I'm gonna
What you
start
say?
using that. I'm gonna start using that. So
Woo-wee.
you know, and we're happy. Don't change yourself for somebody else. Have a conversation with your husband and say, well, this is what so and so. I never had that conversation with them. I just said, well, because the person that told me, thought it was really legit.
What did they say? What did they say again?
You have to, well, when they was watching the show,
Oh, you have to watch what you say.
watch how I interact because it looked like you was cutting them off and you was, like being.
Oh,
And I was
right.
like, no, I'm not, you know, but so anyway, we know, my husband loves to talk. I love to talk.
This show is risky business. It's risky. Not risque. It's risky. It is. I'm serious. I mean,
Why you
to
say
be
that?
honest about it, I mean, because there's a lot of people that will critique it, and why you doing that? Because again, we're discussing topics and issues that
Straight raw too,
that I think
majority of the time.
need to be discussed. And the old man in the clip once again put out a
Mhm.
lot of wisdom. You
Mhm.
know,
What's what's up? What?
I got to put that one on the screen, Deacon Earl. It says, "Imagine that atrocity, a husband that believes in oneness, and the two shall become one
Mhm.
flesh." You're right, man. And
Mhm.
and like I say, this is this facade, if you will, of being a macho um, husband, man, whatever you want to call it, and not really displaying a oneness in the relationship that you have. Um, I'm trying. I get it.
This was good.
Some
To kind of.
I guess I don't know how to describe it or say it. For me, I want to be um, in relationship with my wife and a friendship. One of the rules of thumbs that I had when I first got married is that I make think, yep, I got you. I saw that's why I was trying to click the clock. to remind
Oh,
you
you got
what
to.
time it was. No, when I was down here. But anyway, one of the rules of thumbs that I had when we first got married is that my wife is my best friend. Somebody said, why you say that? Because um, that allows me to hold her in high respect and honor and don't let nobody else get in the
Mm.
middle of our relationship.
Yeah, you used to tell people, don't talk about my wife.
That's right. So again, it's that's how much I value her relationship. The other thing is I don't tell anybody anything about myself or our relationship that I if I can't share with her, I can't share with nobody.
Mm.
Period. Other than God. So if I can't tell her, then I'm not gonna tell nobody else. Because when you do that, that's what happens in a lot of office relationships that happen. A man will get into a relationship with a woman and start telling her his heart, whereas he's not expressing it to his wife. Now, if there's an issue that he can't express to her, that's when you need to seek somebody's help and counseling so that y'all can put whatever it is on the table in front of a mutual source and
Mm-hmm.
resource so that y'all can work it out, because you shouldn't allow anybody to come into the between the one that you are becoming one flesh or should become one flesh with. I'm just saying, you know. And that's what I try to do as far as my relationship with my wife is to display a friendship and a relationship. All right. Let's see what Sister Valerie says here. It really amazes me how there can be so many folks, married or unmarried, that think being the best friend with your spouse is a strange concept. You are absolutely right. You friends with somebody else, the boys, the whoever, the girls,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't be a friend with the one that you spending your life with.
Which is crazy to me because
You
that's the
know,
one that you what's that word? I like to use meshing together. You
right,
guys are we are trying to become one. So how you gonna become one if you're not my friend?
right,
We don't become best
right.
friends. You know.
And again, that should be it. You should be learning one another the same way that you learn. Oh, that I may
Maybe
know him.
that's why we had a lot of divorces during the pandemic because nobody was best friends. They didn't even know how to communicate with each other. They didn't like being around each other. Best friends like being around each other. You
I
know what I'm
got I
saying?
got you, Deacon Earl.
You know
So
what
you
you see what I'm saying? You
said
ain't
again.
hear a
I'm
word
sorry.
I you ain't hear a word I said.
I'm sorry. No, I was reading the comment. But go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can't repeat
Well,
it. I don't even know. It was in a moment.
well, I have to go back and look at the
I
video.
was saying
Yeah.
no. I was no. What I said was that's why there was so many divorces during the pandemic because
Oh wow.
nobody were
Because right,
friends. They
right,
didn't know each other.
right.
They didn't spend no
Because
time
they had to
together.
stay in the house with
Right.
each other for almost a year
Because their best friends were somewhere else.
somewhere else. Right. They had to really discover who this person is I'm living with.
Yeah.
Because really, if you think about it, I'm at work for 8 hours. I spend an hour on the road in or more on the road
Ooh,
getting to
excuse
work.
me, it's past my
An
bedtime,
hour to
y'all.
come back.
Ooh.
That's 10 hours right there. I get back home, and I spend uh, whatever time it is eating, um, and then we
She's
go to,
so
we,
thorough.
we go to bed,
She's so thorough.
and we wake up in the morning and do the same thing. So you don't really spend any time with the
Yeah, that's
person
true.
that you. Yes, I agree. That's true. See that we got conversation rolling now. Yes, I agree that pandemic put people to the test. You
Yep.
are absolutely correct. To
And
mundo.
you with their salvation.
Look,
All of us a test.
look, that pandemic,
Was a beast.
I didn't have a problem. Matter of fact, I kind of enjoyed
Me
being
too.
home with her,
Yeah.
because hey, I was retired. I've been retired, what, officially retired since '62, but there was 9 years before that, that you know,
he wasn't retired. He
I
retired from a
was
9 to
not
5.
working. I was not working.
The church
The
is not
church
a
is right,
retirement.
and that was a challenge in the pandemic too. But again, you
We
know,
got to get ready to throw this
yeah, I
one.
know. I'm just having such a great time
I
there
got to
in
get up in the
responding.
his
You
re,
do.
the retired man can come back and drop me off and come back and go to sleep
I
and
don't
pull
do
the
that, but I
phone.
never
But
do
I'm just
that
saying,
though.
I
I
know what
never
I'm
do it.
saying. But
I
you
know.
get to
I
come over
wish I
here.
could, but I never do.
But I gotta
Because
go to.
once I'm up at
I gotta meet these. I
4:30
gotta
in the
meet these
morning because
babies.
her alarm goes off
I gotta
4:30.
meet these babies. Ooh, I gotta
You
be
know,
mentally prepared
but
for the PG Prince George's County Public Schools.
yes, indeed. All right, we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes and 25 seconds. It's time for us to
People,
go.
people are
All right,
steady
let's do
calling
some.
me.
Let's do. I didn't do this earlier, but let's do some housekeeping real quick. If you are new to this channel, and this is also for people that may not know, this is our YouTube channel. Boom. So if you need to go, you please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get the numbers up. We are not where we need to be on the YouTube channel. So if you would be so kind, if you're on Facebook, go over to the YouTube channel, YouTube, and search for Our Time for Two. See our lovely faces. Please go over there, like this video or any of them. Matter of fact, go through all of them and like them as many as you can, and
Even if you don't like them. No, I'm just playing.
and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get the numbers up. Send the link out. Share, 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 share. I should have said that in the beginning. Share, share. Matter of fact, you can share it right now. Share, 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 share. Because we need the numbers to go up on the YouTube channel
So
so that
because
this
we're
information go
ministering
out
to
over
other
further.
couples, yeah, people
Right,
that we don't even know,
right.
circles we're not even
You know,
in.
so
So
please do that. It would help us a whole lot. Let's see here.
you're doing a commercial thing.
I'm going to do the commercial in a minute here.
Oh,
What I wanted to do also is that there are a couple of resources that we have that we can use to help you out.
maybe they could be scrolled at the bottom.
You can. I don't know why it's not showing here. I thought I
Mm.
put them in the other one, but it must be in the other thing. So, but just there's something called flagpage.com. You can go to that flag page, put it together.com, and what is a wonderful um, temperament test or personality test that will help you and your spouse to not necessarily go through all of the temperaments, but what it does, it identifies what motivates you, so you can use it in you and your spouse exchange them so you can see what motivates you, and you go through that and you use that to motivate one another to become a better person. The other thing, my wife and I are certified
Spouse.
marriage advisors through SYMBIS, Save Your Marriage Before It Starts and even after it starts. They have a wonderful test that we can facilitate, or that you take, and then we facilitate and help you go through it to understand the impact it has on your marriage. So again, that's another one. In any of those, if you so desire,
And then we
you
have a
can reach us.
professional counselor.
And then we do have a professional counselor. I need to put that in here too.
Yeah.
You can call us at this number here, 202-505-2319, or email us at greaternewlifechurch@gmail. And what'll happen is we will get with you and help you along the way as much as we possibly can using the experience that we have. So let me put the commercial up, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
We might have to change our time to 7.
Uh, All right. So again, that's the that's the YouTube, and then certainly we will be developing very soon um, a Facebook page for this show. Just recently, Facebook kind of killed my other account. Had almost a little bit, very close to 2,000 people on it, and Facebook decided that they wanted to kill my original Facebook page because somebody hacked into it from Instagram. But anyway, and I'm really kind of upset behind that because that lost a lot of stuff. But anyway, we're going to start, and I was going to put the page over there, but I can't do that now. So I'm going to create another page under my wife's account, and that will be the Our Time for Two over there. All right. So thank y'all so very much for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it so very much.
You have to pray us out.
It's been wonderful. Eternal God, our Father, we come before you now, thanking you for your love, your grace, your mercy, and your kindness. Father, we ask that you bless every couple that views this, Lord God, and to stay with us. We ask that you would keep them, strengthen them, and make their marriages strong, that it may exemplify you to the entire world. We give you praise, glory, and honor in Jesus' name. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good night, and we will see you next week on Thursday. No longer Mondays, but we'll see you on Thursday. Be blessed.
I believe in love. I believe in trust. I believe in eternity.